What's a lie your partner told you that ended up having a positive impact on your relationship? My boyfriend Amir told me he randomly bumped into my dad at the grocery store last month. Dad had hated him since day one, called him lazy, said he was too soft for me, basically treated him like dirt every time we hung out. So when Amir came home all excited saying they talked for like an hour about jazz music, I couldn't believe it. He told me dad was buying steaks for dinner, and they got to chatting in the meat section. Said my dad mentioned some old Miles Davis album, and Amir knew exactly which one he meant. They ended up talking about trumpet techniques and vinyl records. Amir seemed so happy about it, like he'd finally cracked the code. Dad called me 3 days later, first time in months. He was like, "That boyfriend of yours isn't so bad. Kid knows his music." I almost dropped the phone. This was the same man who told me 6 months ago that Amir would never amount to anything. Who said I was wasting my time dating someone with no ambition? After that grocery store meeting, everything changed. Dad started inviting Amir to watch basketball games. They'd text each other about sports scores. When Amir got promoted at work, Dad actually congratulated him. It was like watching two different people. For 2 whole years, I thought that random encounter saved our relationship. Dad went from hating my boyfriend to asking when we were getting married. Amir went from being nervous around my family to cracking jokes at dinner. Everything was perfect. Then we got engaged last spring. We were planning the wedding and talking about how crazy it was that one grocery store conversation changed everything. That's when Amir got this weird look on his face, like he was about to confess something huge. Turns out it wasn't random at all. He'd been stalking my dad's schedule for weeks through my Instagram stories. Every time I posted about family dinner, he'd note what day it was. When I mentioned dad's grocery shopping routine, he memorized it. He figured out which store dad went to and what time he usually showed up. The jazz thing wasn't luck either. Amir had spent hours researching dad's favorite musicians after hearing him mention them once at Christmas dinner. He bought 3 different Miles Davis albums just to have talking points ready. Even downloaded apps to learn about trumpet music and vinyl collecting. He'd been going to that grocery store every Tuesday for a month, pretending to shop until he finally spotted dad in the produce section. Then he accidentally bumped into him near the steaks and started the conversation about music. Everything was planned. I was so mad at first. Like, how could he lie to me for 2 years? But then I realized something. If he'd told me his plan beforehand, I would have stopped him. I would have said dad was hopeless and not to bother trying. I would have saved him the embarrassment of rejection. But because he lied about it being random, I let myself get excited. I started believing dad could change his mind about Amir, and somehow that fake encounter turned into real friendship between them. Dad genuinely likes him now. They text about football every Sunday. Last week, dad pulled me aside and said Amir was the best thing that ever happened to me. Same man who used to call him worthless. All because my boyfriend was willing to lie his way into a conversation that changed everything. We're getting married next month, and dad's walking me down the aisle.